Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're going to trace the journey of a pretty relatable character, an everyday, animated stickman hero. Just like us, this hero is really just trying to find a little bit of peace, focus, and tranquility in what often feels like a completely chaotic modern world. We'll be drawing on some brilliant insights from Darius Foroux's collection of Stoic letters to see exactly how ancient philosophy can act as the ultimate survival guide for our endlessly busy minds today.
So why are we always so anxious? Let's take a look at our hero's daily life, which honestly probably looks a whole lot like yours or mine. Our hero wakes up, immediately checks the price of Bitcoin, taps a news link, and boom, they've fallen down a 30-minute Wikipedia rabbit hole. Before the day has even truly kicked off, they're entirely overwhelmed by the burden of uncontrollable events and doom-scrolling the news. Sound familiar? We end up squandering our absolute most precious resource, our time, on things that just leave us feeling anxious and totally drained.
To actually find some tranquility, we have to introduce what is basically the core Stoic pivot. We need to ruthlessly prune our thoughts and focus strictly on what is within our control. It's like tending to a garden. Our time and energy are super limited, so we simply cannot afford to waste them on the uncontrollable brush that overgrows our mental space.
Let's ground this in a hilarious and painfully relatable anecdote from the author. Picture this. It's 10 o'clock at night. You just want to quickly wash a favorite sweater so it's dry for the next day. But instead, you come back an hour later to a blinking error code and a completely drenched sweater. The washing machine is broken. We've all been there, right? Just staring down a broken appliance when literally all we want to do is go to sleep.
And man, this brilliantly illustrates the exact trap we all fall into. Our hero aggressively wrings out this heavy, wet cotton in the bathtub, gets incredibly angry at the machine, and decides to just tear the whole thing apart at midnight. The result? They're sweating profusely, pumped full of adrenaline, and spiking their stress hormone, cortisol. But here's the thing. Cortisol is meant to save us from saber-toothed tigers, not broken washing machines. Our hero ruins their sleep and literally harms their own body over a totally meaningless, uncontrollable event.
Act 2. Focus on your inner world.
Think of your mind kind of like a hot air balloon. If you want it to rise, you can't just keep pumping more hot air in. You physically have to drop the sandbags. Our stickman hero must cut away the dead weight of external anxieties to lift themselves up. Right now, we are tethered to the ground by our endless worries about the outside world.
So the crucial question is, what are those bags? What are we cutting loose? Well, it's the news, the economy, what other people think of us, and unpredictable global events. We have to practice detachment and intentionally drop these specific, heavy bags of anxiety. If a coworker doesn't like you, or if the stock market takes a sudden dip, you just have to let it go. We have absolutely zero control over these things, and honestly, they are just not worth giving up your peace of mind for.
Act 3. The antidote to anxiety.
The author, Susan Jeffers, who was referenced in our source, suggests a really powerful mindset shift here. We need to replace hoping with wondering. See, hoping for a specific outcome, like saying, "I hope I get this job," actually breeds a fear of disappointment. It puts your mind in a state of suspense. But wondering, as in, I wonder what my new job will be, that embraces the unpredictability of life. It completely neutralizes the anxiety that comes from having a very specific expectation.
As the great philosopher Seneca brilliantly points out, cease to hope and you will cease to fear. Detaching from those strict expectations and not projecting our thoughts way too far into the future, that is the price we pay for peace of mind. We simply do our best today, maintain a general faith in the future, and basically just let the chips fall where they may.
Act 4. Navigating the outer world.
Now, we have to find the middle ground between being a lazy beach bum on one side and a die-hard workaholic on the other. The Stoics definitely didn't believe in running away to hide in a cave, but they also didn't believe in working yourself to death. They embraced this moderate effort that honors our duties to society, but without sacrificing our sanity or our health in the process. It's all about maintaining that equilibrium.
Let's look at how this builds into actionable steps for worldly success. Step 1. Set an ambitious goal. Step 2, and trust me, this is the absolute hardest part. Turn your back entirely on the outcome. Just ignore the finish line. Step 3. Focus solely on the daily process. If you want to build wealth or advance your career, you literally just focus on the daily actions that are actually within your control, like creating value, writing, or investing. The outcome will eventually take care of itself.
Act 5. The power of doing less.
The philosopher king Marcus Aurelius advises us to ask this one deceptively simple question at every single moment of our day. Is this necessary? By ruthlessly eliminating non-essential tasks, pointless arguments, and even our own assumptions, we aren't being lazy. Far from it. We are intentionally gaining more time and more tranquility to focus on what actually matters. Cut the busy work, cut the drama, and just stick to the essentials. As we bring our hero's journey to a close today, we have to realize the ultimate stoic truth about the outer world. We are really just visitors here. We don't actually own our possessions, we don't own our jobs, we don't own our relationships, and we don't even truly own our bodies. We are merely borrowing them.
Epictetus frames this so powerfully. He says, "You cannot really lose anything because you don't own anything in the first place. You just returned it." When we break a favorite item, or lose a job, or even suffer a personal loss, we haven't suffered a permanent tragedy, we've simply returned it to the universe. Fully internalizing this frees us from that paralyzing fear of loss, and it lets us just enjoy the present moment while we actually have it. So I'll leave you with this final, somewhat provocative question as we wrap up this explainer. Think about your own daily reactions, your own broken washing machines. What heavy, uncontrollable external baggage will you drop today to reclaim your peace of mind? Take a moment to evaluate your dead weight, cut those sandbags loose, and focus only on what you control. Thanks so much for watching, and keep focusing on what truly matters.